GamerGrade.com.
Arcturus Prime relays in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
Commander.
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
Jay from GamerGrade here, bringing you another video, this time covering the overarching story of the original Mass Effect trilogy. Now that Andromeda is out, fans of the series will no doubt want to recap on key events of past games. Or if you're new to the series, may want to fill in on what has come before in the Mass Effect universe. And this video will do just that. Okay, before we dive in, it will be a good idea to kick off with a quick primer on the Mass Effect story. While on Mars in the year 2148, human scientists discovered an ancient alien technology that controlled the very fabric of space and time, enabling safe passage to the further stars. This discovery was considered the greatest discovery in history by the civilizations of the galaxy, and they named it Mass Effect. These advanced transit devices were called mass relays and were created by an ancient immortal race of synthetic organic starships called the Reapers, the primary villains of the storyline. These highly advanced Reapers have machine intelligence, they do not experience emotions and are therefore highly efficient war machines. They are the original creators of the entire mass relay network and its central hub known as the Citadel. When the story begins, the Citadel is where the Council of all advanced races reside, but the shocking true nature of the Citadel structure is unknown to these races until much later in the story. These massive constructs exist so that any intelligent life in the galaxy would eventually discover them and base their technology upon them, quickly becoming an advanced civilization along the lines the Reapers desire. This is all part of a scheme to then harvest the galaxy's advanced sentient life when they reach their apex, in a repeating cycle of every 50,000 years, which has continued without fail over countless millennia. In each cycle, the Reapers would benefit from the knowledge gained from each species through indoctrination, resulting in the Reapers becoming ever more powerful. The Reapers believe this cycle ultimately preserves and protects organic life, allowing primitive races to form and flourish. Without this harvesting cycle, a civilization would eventually become too powerful, creating super advanced synthetic war machines that could potentially wipe out all organic life from existence. This is the Reapers' reasoning for the relentless mass destruction. Okay, that's the story primer out of the way. Let's move on to the events of Mass Effect 1. The events of Mass Effect 1 begin in the year 2183, 35 years after the major discovery of Mass Effect on Mars. And at this point, no one in the galaxy knows who or what the Reapers are, or that they even exist. A Turian Spectre named Saren Arterius has gone rogue and is fascinated by his newly found research of Sovereign, an enormous dreadnought starship of devastating power. He believes his whole life, even his career as a Spectre, has just been a prelude to this discovery. Saren plans to use the data to find this warship, and after losing his brother in the First Contact war with humanity, he plans to use it to exact his revenge. Little does Saren know, the Sovereign warship he seeks is actually a powerful Reaper, the vanguard of the Reapers to be exact. Once the galaxy's racers hit their apex, the Vanguard's job is to activate the hidden mass relay on the Citadel, to usher in the next genocide by transporting in the dormant Reaper army from dark space. So, preventing Sovereign, the Vanguard Reaper, from completing its mission is the focus of this first game's story. A Prothean beacon is discovered on an Earth-like world in the Milky Way galaxy called Eden Prime. The Protheans were an ancient race wiped out and harvested by the Reapers, and their advanced technology holds immense scientific value. The Protheans were initially believed to be the first civilization to mysteriously vanish, but later the horrific truth is discovered. Their beacons in particular are exceedingly rare, with only a few being discovered, and hold important encrypted messages that can only be truly understood by the Protheans themselves. Commander Shepard, the main protagonist of the game, is sent to retrieve the discovered beacon with his crew and boards the SSV Normandy warship, the most advanced human vessel ever built. When they reach Eden Prime, they realise the planet is under attack by the massive Sovereign Dreadnought and an army of Geth led by Saren. When reaching the beacon, the commander suffers a horrific vision of advanced synthetics waging a terrible war before the beacon explodes, rendering Shepard unconscious. Thanks to evidence against Saren provided by one of Commander Shepard's crew members, a Quarian named Tali Zora, Shepard was able to present this evidence to the Council, proving Saren was responsible for the Geth attack on Eden Prime. Saren is then stripped of his Spectre status, which means he is no longer above the law, but he remains at large. Shepard then becomes the first human Spectre, which stands for Special Tactics and Reconnaissance, who are an elite group granted extraordinary authority by the Citadel Council that can act above the law. He also becomes the commander of the SSV Normandy warship and is tasked with hunting down Saren. Shepard first tracks down the daughter of Matriarch Benezia. Benezia is a powerful Asari biotic and an ally of Saren, who are both searching for the conduit to bring about the return of the Reapers. This conduit is later revealed to be a secret backdoor relay directly into the Citadel built by the Protheans, which will be clarified later in this video. Benezia's daughter is an Asari archaeologist named Liara Tassoni, an expert on the Protheans who has useful information. Liara theorizes that the Protheans were not the first race to mysteriously disappear, but one of countless others before them. Liara then joins Shepard's crew on the Normandy. Liara's mother Benezia is tracked down at Noveria, a small frozen world where she is found to be under control by Saren via indoctrination. Briefly overcoming the indoctrination, Benezia is able to tell Shepard Saren is seeking the location of the Mu relay, which was thought to be a forever lost relay, the only mass relay to link to the world of Ilo, which is a key planet in the story. Benezia was able to access the genetic memory of the last standing Rachni Queen for the exact coordinates of the lost Mu relay and passed this information on to Shepard before dying, but not before Saren had also received this data. Shepard is then drawn to a world called Feros, where he encounters a mind-controlling plant called the Thorian and defeats it to free a trapped Asari named Shiala. He discovers Shiala was able to gain the cipher from the Thorian through its consciousness when she was under its mind control. The cipher is the cultural context, knowledge and experience of the Prothean race. This unique racial perspective allows a mind to comprehend information as a Prothean could. The cipher was used by both Saren and Shepard to allow them to interpret the visions held in the Prothean beacons. The Thorian itself gained the cipher after consuming some of the dead Protheans and assimilating their knowledge. Shepard then heads to a lush tropical world called Vermeer to investigate reported Saren activity. An undamaged Prothean beacon is discovered in Saren's lab there, giving Shepard a final vision. Shepard's Prothean vision is now complete. Back on the Normandy, Liara proceeds to interpret the complete vision's message. The vision is a Prothean warning about the Reapers. Liara recognises the landmarks in the vision are on the world of Ilo, a planet she has been researching alongside the Protheans themselves. Ilo was thought unreachable, as the only relay allowing travel there, the Mu relay, was thought long lost, until Shepard managed to acquire its coordinates from the Rachni Queen's mind before she died, with the help of Liara's mother, Benezia. Using the acquired coordinates, Shepard then heads to the Mu relay to travel to the planet Ilo. Upon arriving, he sees Saren is already there with an army of Geth. Due to Sovereign's extremely powerful AI, it is able to control the Geth, who are basically a networked intelligence of synthetic robots. While investigating an ancient bunker on Ilo, Shepard discovers a startling revelation by an ancient VI named Vigil, who informs Shepard the Citadel, which is the hub of all mass relays and home to the Council, is actually a trap in itself. The Keepers on the Citadel are believed to be one of the earliest races to be indoctrinated by the Reapers, whose task is to maintain the Citadel and to activate the Citadel's mass relay when the Vanguard Sovereign signals them. This miniature mass relay resides on the Citadel Presidium, known as the Relay Monument. It is believed to be simply a piece of ancient Prothean art, when in fact it is a fully functional mass relay, allowing the Reapers to transport in from dark space just outside the Milky Way when the harvest cycle begins. Luckily, the Protheans built the conduit on the hidden planet Ilo. The conduit itself is another miniature mass relay which connects directly to the relay monument on the Citadel Presidium, creating a one-way back door from Ilo to the Citadel. With the assistance of Vigil, a dozen Prothean scientists on Ilo survived the Reaper harvesting. These surviving Protheans, trying to break the cycle of Reaper genocide, used the conduit on Ilo to travel to the Citadel once the Reapers had departed back to deep space. Upon arriving on the Citadel, they managed to corrupt the signal the Keepers received from Sovereign that would open the Citadel relay for the Reaper army, in the hope to save future civilizations. Vigil also explains that Sovereign by itself cannot assault the Citadel to take back control of the signal, due to the combined power of the Citadel fleet. However, if Sovereign is able to direct an agent, namely Saren, to go through the conduit on Ilo, bypassing Citadel defences and transferring control of the Citadel back to Sovereign from the inside, the Vanguard Reaper could then restore the Reaper cycle. Vigil gives Shepard a data file that will give the commander temporary control of the Citadel to stop Sovereign. But after arriving at the conduit, Shepard notices Saren has already entered to begin his attack on the Citadel. Shepard follows just seconds before the conduit closes. Upon arriving on the Citadel, Shepard battles his way to the Council chambers, where the central control console resides. He is confronted by Saren, who has been clearly implanted by Sovereign, making him part synthetic, allowing Sovereign to control him. But Saren's faith falters, and Shepard is able to convince him of his wrongdoing, at which point Saren shoots himself in the head. Saren is then reanimated by Sovereign as a powerful synthetic zombie, and essentially becomes the endgame boss. In these final moments after defeating Saren, Shepard has to make the decision to save the Council or let them die. A major decision which will carry over into both sequels. With Saren now truly dead, Shepard is able to upload Vigil's program using the central console and gain control of the Citadel. This allows Shepard to call in the Alliance Navy's 5th Fleet, who eventually destroy Sovereign before it can gain back control of the Citadel relay, with the Normandy dealing the killing blow and preventing the awakening of the dormant Reaper army waiting in dark space. That wraps up the story for Mass Effect 1, the first game in the series, which was released in November 2007 for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. Next up, the story for Mass Effect 2, released in January 2010. Mass Effect 2 starts a few weeks after the events of Mass Effect 1. And the game opens with Commander Shepard being killed in a collector attack that also resulted in the destruction of the original SSV Normandy SR-1 warship. The leader of Cerberus, the Elusive Man, creates and funds the Lazarus Project, a project headed by Miranda Lawson with the sole purpose of bringing Commander Shepard back from the dead, which took 2 years to complete. Cerberus is a human paramilitary controversial organisation whose core belief is that humans deserve a much greater role in the galactic community, and any methods of advancing humanity's ascension, lawful or not, are entirely justified. This has led to both the Systems Alliance and Citadel Council declaring Cerberus a terrorist organisation. Commander Shepard awakens in the year 2185 in a Cerberus research facility. The elusive man explains he has been revived and upgraded in return for helping combat a new threat. The Collectors, an insectoid-looking race who turn out to be Protheans, indoctrinated and extensively genetically modified by the Reapers. The Collectors are the Reapers' failed attempt at creating advanced Prothean Reapers by fusing their genetics, but the failure makes them nothing more than simple subservient drones to the Reaper Harbinger, who is able to take direct control of any Collector pawn it desires. Shepard is tasked with investigating the abduction of several human colonies by the Collectors, and is given command of the new Normandy SR-2, a larger version of the original Normandy SR-1, but this time with a VI named Edie. Joker also remains the pilot of this upgraded ship. Shepard then locates and recruits 8 team members, most of them recommended by the elusive man. A Solarian scientist named Mordin Solus, a Turian CSEC agent named Garrus Vicarian, a Krogan berserker named Grunt, a female human biotic named Jack Subject Zero, an Asari Justicar named Samara, a Drell assassin named Thane Krios, a Quarian machinist named Tali Zora, and finally a Geth infiltrator named Legion. Shepard finds out the Collectors are actively searching for him, which the elusive man suspected and used to his advantage to gather intel. This resulted in Edie being able to gather data on how the Collectors traverse the Omega-4 relay. Many ships have attempted to pass through this relay, but none have ever returned. The only ones to pass freely back and forth through the Omega-4 relay are the mysterious Collectors. Edie confirms on the other side of the Omega-4 relay is a black hole, hence the reason why no ship has returned. The Collector base is located on the edge of this black hole orbiting it, and free travel of Collector ships is made possible by using a Reaper-designed IFF system. Luckily, Shepard is able to acquire a Reaper IFF system from a derelict Reaper in deep space, evidently destroyed millions of years beforehand. This mission was actually a trap set by the Collectors, allowing them to reveal the Normandy's location. As Shepard and his team were out dealing with the IFF system, the Collectors attacked and boarded the Normandy and took its crew. Now in possession of the Reaper IFF system, Shepard decides he must now enter the Omega-4 relay to rescue his crew and destroy the Collectors. Upon reaching the heart of the Collector base, Shepard discovers that the Collectors have been constructing a new human-like Reaper, fusing both human genetics and Reaper technology, in the hope they would be more successful than their Prothean Reaper attempts. Shepard then has to make the decision of preserving the Collector station for the research of Cerberus and the elusive man, or to destroy everything, this being the final decision of the game. The Citadel Council at this time still mistakenly believe the Reapers died along with Sovereign and Saren at the end of Mass Effect 1, and turn their back on Shepard, who knows the truth and already knows what's coming. After this final decision is made, somewhere in dark space the Reapers are shown in a cutscene awakening from their long slumber and set a course heading toward the Milky Way, ready to begin the events of Mass Effect 3. Okay, so that wraps up the story for Mass Effect 2, the second game in the trilogy, which was released in January 2010 for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and PC. Next up, the story for Mass Effect 3, the final game in the series, released in March 2012. Mass Effect 3 begins right after the events of Mass Effect 2, with Shepard confirming the galaxy's worst fears, and what the Citadel Council refused to believe, that the Reapers have returned to the galaxy and are on their way to attack humanity on Earth. During the Reaper attack, Shepard manages to escape on the Normandy. Admiral Hackett then informs Shepard that Liara T'Soni may have discovered the only way to defeat the Reapers, and orders Shepard to go meet Liara at the Prothean archives on Mars, which is where humanity first discovered Mass Effect technology. When Shepard arrives, Liara explains she has found in the archives blueprints for a Prothean device that could defeat the Reapers. Unfortunately, Cerberus has learned of it too, and they must recover the information before Cerberus do. The Elusive Man's plans to somehow control the Reapers and use their power to advance humanity above all other races is deemed as madness by Shepard. After investigation, it becomes clear the Prothean device that could stop the Reapers was never completed by the Protheans due to a missing component called the Catalyst. Using the discovered blueprints, Alliance Research and Development begin construction of the Prothean device, codenaming it Project Crucible. Requiring the force of the Krogan military, Shepard agrees to the Krogan leader's request of creating a cure for the genophage, inflicted on them by the Turians. The genophage was a genetic mutation designed by the Solarians to severely reduce successful Krogan pregnancies to the point where they become extinct. It is revealed a Solarian scientist named Malon Heplorn may have found a cure for the genophage, and is caring for the surviving pregnant female Krogan named Eve on the Solarian homeworld of Sakesh. Shepard, his crew, and the Krogan leader head out to Sakesh to extract the female Krogan who is immune to the genophage. A cure for the genophage is then rapidly developed, and Shepard has to make a decision to either distribute the cure or not. Meanwhile, the Crucible's construction nears completion, but the absence of the catalyst still makes it useless against the Reapers. The Asari Councillor reveals to Shepard there is a highly classified artifact located on Thessia, the homeworld of the Asari, holding critical information about this catalyst. Shortly after arriving on Thessia, it soon comes to Shepard's realization that the highly classified artifact they came to seek is in fact another Prothean beacon, which the Asari have kept secret and used to their advantage. Due to Shepard previously receiving the cipher, his presence activates the beacon. A Prothean VI appears and identifies itself as Vendetta. It explains the Crucible is a cumulative design of countless species and galactic cycles stretching back millions of years, and not just a Prothean creation. Before the VI can reveal to Shepard exactly what the catalyst is, Cerberus operatives attack in a gunship and manage to extract the Prothean VI from the beacon before escaping the Reaper attack that follows. Right at this moment, the Reapers fully descend on Thessia to complete its destruction, along with the beacon. Luckily, Shepard is able to escape in the Normandy unhurt, but has to confirm the bad news to the Asari Councillor that the artifact was destroyed before the data could be acquired. Shepard manages to trace the escaping Cerberus gunship to an Earth-like planet named Horizon in the Lyra system, where the only thing of note is a refugee camp named Sanctuary. Upon arriving at Sanctuary, Shepard realizes the refugee camp is actually a cover for a Cerberus laboratory, where refugees were being turned into husks for research into Reaper indoctrination by the Elusive Man. This research allowed Cerberus to control the husks they created, and this control process was being further developed by Cerberus with the ultimate goal of being able to control the Reapers. Shepard then learns of the Kronos Station, the Cerberus main headquarters, and the Alliance make preparations for an all-out assault to eliminate Cerberus and recover the stolen Prothean VI and Catalyst data. Upon reaching the Elusive Man's personal office, Shepard manages to locate and activate the stolen Prothean VI Vendetta, who eventually reveals the Catalyst is in fact the Citadel itself, which is required to activate the Crucible. Shepard needs to gain access to the Citadel and find a way to open its arms. This will then allow docking with the Crucible to complete the super weapon that can end the Reapers. Upon arriving on the Citadel after heavy battle with Reaper warships, the Elusive Man attacks a now badly injured Shepard, and it is now abundantly clear he is fully indoctrinated by the Reapers. His skin rotted and riddled with Reaper tech. Shepard is able to resist the Elusive Man's physical influence and deals him a swift death. Shepard manages to open the arms of the Citadel, allowing the Crucible to successfully dock, but nothing happens. At this point, Anderson dies from his injuries and Shepard loses consciousness from blood loss. While Shepard is unconscious, he is confronted by an unknown entity taking the form of a young boy Shepard saw killed during the Reaper invasion on Earth. It identifies itself as the Catalyst, an advanced ancient AI and the creator of the Reapers and architect of their harvesting cycle. It becomes clear the Catalyst is not the Citadel at all, but an AI that resides within the Citadel. An AI that embodies the collective consciousness and memories of all the Reapers, and thus the knowledge of countless civilizations harvested over millions of years. It controls and governs the Reapers and all their actions. The Catalyst AI was created by the Leviathans, an ancient aquatic race that claimed to be the first apex civilization to exist, and who noticed many of the advanced organic races they commanded were eventually destroyed by their own synthetic creations, with lesser organic civilizations having no chance of survival. To prevent such catastrophes from happening, the Leviathans created the Catalyst, which they referred to as the Intelligence, which was programmed to ensure the continued existence of organic life in the galaxy through any means necessary, and its solution was the Reapers. It explains because the races of the present cycle have completed the Crucible superweapon, a feat never before achieved by any previous race, the Catalyst no longer believes the 50,000 year harvesting cycle is viable and a new solution must be devised. The Catalyst then presents 3 choices to Shepard, leaving the commander to decide the fate of the galaxy. The 3 options are as follows. Option 1. The Catalyst unleashes a red beam, which results in the complete destruction of the Reapers, including all synthetic life. This will also end Shepard's life, as he is now also part synthetic. However, this is only a temporary solution, as it is only a matter of time before advanced civilizations will once again create super powerful synthetics, capable of wiping out all organic life in the galaxy. Option 2. The Catalyst unleashes a blue beam, giving complete control over the Reapers, which will destroy Shepard's body, losing everything he has in the physical world. But his consciousness remains, which will replace the child Catalyst. This also isn't an ideal solution, as everything depends on a single consciousness derived from an organic mind, which could one day falter. Option 3. The Catalyst unleashes a green beam, which results in the synthesis of all organic and synthetic life, touted as the ideal solution by the Catalyst, since this means there will be no purpose for the harvesting cycle to exist, as all organic and synthetic life will be in complete balance. There is also a 4th option where Shepard can just leave the cycle to continue as normal, refusing to use the Crucible, thus allowing the Reapers to continue the harvesting cycle.
So be it.
The cycle continues.
There was almost a universal outrage from players who openly expressed extreme disappointment with these endgame events, feeling their important choices and decisions throughout their 100+ hour journey through the trilogy turned out to be completely pointless come the ultimatum. The extended cut DLC endings were released on June 2012, 3 months after the release of Mass Effect 3, specifically to address the concerns of these unhappy fans, giving a much deeper insight into the outcome of the galaxy based on the player's choices throughout the trilogy. But many still feel this was too little too late. Okay, so that wraps up the trilogy story. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from GamerGrade. It helps me massively and will allow me to make more and better quality videos in future. I'm Jay, hope to see you in the next one.
Did that all really happen?
We'll never know exactly what it was like, but yes, the archives tell the true story of those who came before us. They fought a terrible war, so we wouldn't have to.
And that's why we have peace.
Yes, without everything they accomplished, without the information they passed down, we too would be threatened.
What else do we know about the Shepherd?
Just what we have in the archives. But I've only told you a few of the stories.
Can you tell me another one, please?
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.